because I believe in, healing in many different planes. I'm somebody that, I do understand that we can do a lot in traditional therapy. And then I think there's a lot that we need to access through other modalities. So my main passion is giving people as many resources as possible to helping them build whatever this is going to look like for them. I always say, like, I don't care how you come to the table. I just care that you eat. So whatever we can do to make that happen, whether that's coaching, whether that's yoga, whether that's looking into Ayurvedic lifestyles, whatever, getting back into meetings, there's thousands of ways to do this. And I don't think we talk about that enough in recovery, of giving people permission to do it differently.
How can you tell if your
Yeah.
therapy is working? What's the evidence that you see?
Well, so in traditional therapy, the biggest marker is that we're maintaining sobriety, right? So that's kind of like the number one thing is like, are we staying sober, right? And so if somebody's staying sober for a period of time and doing well with that, that's kind of the foundational piece that I look for. Then secondary to that is I start looking at their interpersonal relationships. Right? How are things going with your loved ones? How are things going at your job? How are things going in other aspects of your life, right? Are you staying sober, but you're coming to me and saying, oh my God, I got into a fight with my boss again, and me and my wife are arguing, and, I'm having so much trouble with my kid. Like, are you still experiencing interpersonal issue? And if you are, then we may need to start addressing it's not because of the world, right? Because I know for many addicts and alcoholics, we want the problem to be external so the solution can be external. But the truth is the problem is always internal. And so that means the solution is internal. So instead of focusing on, oh, your boss who sucks and your relationship that you're unhappy in, it's come back to, well, what are you bringing to that, right? What's your stuff there? And so I start to see when people resolve interpersonal problems and they start to function more skillfully in their day-to-day interactions, that's how I really know people are integrating what we're talking about in our sessions into their daily lives. Because you probably know, I know, you can get sober and not change a thing about yourself and continue to be miserable for the rest of your life. And congratulations, you have 30 years not drinking. Like, that's no fun. At that point, just start drinking again because you're probably less miserable. Like, this is the whole thing here is freedom. Right. And so if we're going to be shackled by our misery, then what are we really doing? And so I look at it as like, does my client experience continued increases in freedom, whether that be emotional freedom, mental freedom, physical freedom, right? Are they continuing to level up and up? And as I see that, I know we're doing something right.